Ladies and gentlemen, Trisha Gray helping me shoot this video this afternoon at Jimmy Klein's in the heart of my hometown, New Brighton, Pennsylvania. Big weekend, all the NFL games and all the stuff they're famous for here all weekend long. Now, Greg Diola is joining us on the AT&T Sports Line. We're going to get caught up with a guy from Vantage Management Group on the Steelers game in just a couple of moments. But what do you say we begin, Greg, with Philadelphia hosting Atlanta? That game on The Fan, 93.7 The Fan, Westwood One Radio, 4:35 Saturday. The Eagles, top seed, they got there with Carson Wentz, who's no longer with them. So they move ahead with Nick Foles. Maybe that's a reason for the Falcons being a 2.5-point favorite. Matt Ryan threw for 218 yards and a touchdown in that win against the Rams, and Julio Jones had one of his better games of the year. And yes, they've got a running game of Devontae Freeman, but so do the Eagles, ground and pound with ex-Steeler LeGarrette Blount. So let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons at Lincoln Field Saturday on 93.7 The Fan at 4:35 in the afternoon.
Yeah, Rob, it really seems like an intriguing matchup, doesn't it? When you look at the fact that really Carson Wentz is the guy who got the Eagles to where they were with the home field advantage and all that other good stuff. And then Nick Foles has to come in and kind of hold the fort for them, if that's the right terminology. So it's going to be difficult for them to be in the same situation that they would have with Wentz. But maybe it's one of those things where everybody can rally around this quarterback, and maybe you get LeGarrette Blount to come in and pound and ground a little bit for you to get you over the hump. You got to do something to keep the ball out of that high-powered offense of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu and all those guys that they have that really got them to the Super Bowl last year and really should have won the Super Bowl. So it's going to be a difficult task for the Eagles, even though it's at home, but it's still something that is certainly doable.
And by the way, we'll be at Rivers Casino with the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show at 11 with Greg and Bob Dvorak and Ted Arnaud. They'll be walking the line on the Sunday games in the noon hour. Of course, Steelers 1 o'clock at Heinz Field. CBS Sports, KDK TV2 is where you can watch that. Now, the late game on Saturday the 13th, 8 straight for New England hosting a divisional playoff game. Tom Brady journey underway for that 6th Lombardi trophy, and they opened at a 13.5-point favorite, meaning your New England Patriots, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Mularkey, Dick LeBeau. You've got 2 Heisman Trophy winners in the backfield from Oregon, Marcus Mariota, and from Alabama, Derrick Henry. So what about Tennessee's chances of having another upset as they did last week in that game against Kansas City? Will it even come close to happening at Gillette Stadium? Greg.
Yeah, I didn't like Tennessee's chances last weekend, and I like them even less this weekend. Well, it's kind of an indictment on that AFC division where the Patriots are located, where they've got 8 division championships in a row. I mean, my goodness, let's get somebody to at least put up a little bit of a fight with those guys. But it doesn't seem to be good. Although, if Marcus Mariota can get them a little bit on track and kind of keep them in the football game for the first half, then anything can happen. The longer you let an underdog hang around, the more likely it is they can pull off an upset. So what the Patriots have to do is establish a lead early and keep their foot on the gas, which they generally like to do. So it seems to me, and my pick, which has already been turned in on our Walk the Line segment, is for the Patriots to win this one going away.
All right, before we take a look at the Steelers, let's fast forward. 4:40 on 93.7 The Fan Sunday, and on Fox Television, you have got New Orleans and Minnesota, and of course Drew Brees with that balanced offense. They have really been on a roll of late. Mark Ingram along with Kamara in the backfield doing some really good things, and he is a future Hall of Famer. But you have to look at the job Case Keenum has done. 22 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, averaging about 188 yards a game. And wow, what a job he has done since taking over for the guy who was supposed to be the man, Sam Bradford. Who do you like in that one? It is Minnesota hosting New Orleans Sunday afternoon.
I like the New Orleans Saints in the game, Rob, because it seems to me that Minnesota has just kind of done it with smoke and mirrors. We saw the Steelers really take control of them when they came to Pittsburgh, and that's the team that seems to be what we think they are. And if that's what the Minnesota Vikings are, the New Orleans Saints are going to be able to pull that upset off at Minnesota, which is certainly a daunting task when you look at the statistics that Case Keenum has put up this year. But it's almost one of those things where a guy has to establish himself for 1 year before you really believe in him. You guys have been around the league for a while, so it's hard to believe that, almost hard to fathom that he would be a guy that can get a team all the way to the Super Bowl.
Vikings are a 4.5-point favorite, and the Steelers 7 or 7.5-point favorite, depend on where you're going for that. But I hope you'll join us and walk the line with Ted and Bob and Greg, and the whole crew will be at Rivers Casino prior to the 1 o'clock kick. Heinz Field, CBS Sports, KDK TV 2. Steelers taking on Jacksonville. Now, the Jaguars smoked the Steelers 30-9 the last time they got together, October the 9th. And it was those 5 interceptions that broke the back of the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger not having one of his better games. Now they're known as Saxonville, meaning they can really bring it defensively. A lot of confidence, and they are fearful of no one. So the Steelers, and hopefully they're going to be able to get off on the right foot early in this game. And Antonio Brown was at practice yesterday. Juju Smith-Schuster said he looked absolutely spectacular. So having him back will help. But I believe for them to win this game is not so much going through the air, but they have to establish a running game with Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is going to be a key for the Steelers to win this football game and advance. Greg.
Yeah, Robin, and the scary part is, over the course of the last 5 or 6 games, I think the Steelers are only averaging about 2.6 yards per carry on their running game, and that's not Steelers football. That's not Le'Veon Bell type football. So it's going to have to be one of those ones, especially if we get any of the weather that's been forecasted. And most recently, I just heard forecasting possibly 7 inches of snow, which really can kind of change this thing around depending upon when that snow hits. If it hits right during the game and you get that crazy snowfall and mud and all the rest, it's going to be hard for Ben to swing it around. So it's going to be, you're going to have to rely on a guy like Le'Veon Bell. And with James Conner being hurt, maybe Ridley can come in there. And, Stephen Ridley, the running back that they signed, who had been with the New England Patriots previously, maybe comes in and becomes somewhat of an MVP for the Steelers, where he's a little bit of a bigger back and can maybe get into that muck and cause something good to happen for the Steelers. But that really bodes well for Jacksonville when you got that big pounder in Leonard Fournette and you got Chris Ivory in that backfield. So if we do get that bad weather, man, it doesn't look good for that 7 points that the Steelers are giving.
And of course, he is Blake Bortles, who rushed for 88 yards in that win against Buffalo, the quarterback. But Jalen Ramsey is always a key as far as defensive, the secondary for Jacksonville. But Antonio Brown being back is good, but even Artie Burns, much better news, that hyperextended knee, non-contract drill. He actually was limited today, but he seemed to be okay. It looks as though he'll be along Joe Hayden's side and Mike Hilton in the defensive secondary for the Steelers. But again, Jimmy Klein's all weekend, big screen TVs, great food, great fun. Familia, check it out, and also check us out on the radio, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, Rivers Casino, Sunday at 11. For Greg Diolis and, of course, Tricia Gray, Rob Pratt saying have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you later from the club at Shadow Lakes.